It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. So we have the new STR Broly details. Well, both of them, both the LR and the TUR. Let's just go ahead and talk about the LR first, because I think that's the one that most people are going to be hype about. If we go ahead and see, he gets 3 ki and 180% attack and defense. He receives an additional 1 ki per ki sphere obtained. He launches an additional super attack guaranteed, which I talked about it before, but just as like a little side note, it's gonna be pretty good because he raises his attack and defense on his super attack effects as well. He has a 26% baseline damage reduction and crit rate, and his attacks are guaranteed to hit. When attacking with 12 or more ki, he gets an additional 200% attack and defense. If it's 18 ki or more, he gets an additional 260% attack. If there's a superclass enemy or when there's an extreme class ally attacking in the same turn, extremely easy condition, you get 3 ki, you get 26% damage reduction and crit rate. You give extreme class allies 26% attack and defense for 2 turns, and you get 260% defense when receiving an attack. If there's a pure hybrid or Goku's family enemy, you also get 6 ki permanently, and you perform critical hits permanently as well. For 3 turns from the character's entry turn, you also have an additional 200% defense. You get 26% damage reduction before attacking. When all allies are in the same turn are exploding rage or movie bosses category allies. So overall, I would say this guy is exactly what was needed, right? The thing that the Broly team desperately needed was just damage dealers, especially early. When Tech Broly loses damage reduction as time goes on, when the worldwide celebration Tech Broly loses damage reduction or like defensive stats as time goes on, or well, the damage reduction like after you transform, right? All those things combined, it makes it very difficult to just stall out the fights. And when, like, again, Tech Broly is just not doing any damage on his first turn unless you transform him, that's gonna make you lose out on an entire turn. This guy's gonna make up for that easily, which was just the guaranteed crits. Because pure hybrid in Goku's family is in like every single event in the game, potentially. Every single event. Like, most of the stuff right now is just pure Saiyans. We're going through a pure Saiyans red zone right now, right? So really good details. And if we go ahead and look at his defensive stats, unit super center, okay, we could see here. We go ahead and open this image and zoom in a little bit. Without, well, we don't need to look at the without support. Well, I guess why not? 216k defense pre-super, 843,000 after super. 1 million defense with an additional attack guaranteed. And then when you do hidden potential additional super attack, you get 1.2 million defense. If there's an extreme class ally, your defense goes to 236k. You have 921,000 defense after a super attack, and then you get 1.1 and 1.3 million with the guaranteed additional super attack and hidden potential. When receiving an attack, you can get 1.7 million defense post 18 ki. I should really focus on this though. The 850k defense after or when receiving an attack is crazy because he has like 76% damage reduction or something. 26%, 26%, 26%. That's 78. That's even better than I thought. For the first 3 turns, when he receives the attack as well, and there's the extreme class ally, he can get 1.4 million defense after that first hit, 1.7 million defense after doing his initial super attack, 2.1 million defense guaranteed after his additional super attack, and 2.5 million defense if you get that hidden potential additional super. If you have 40% support, it's 1.5 million, 1.9 after the initial super, 2.3 after the guaranteed additional super, and 2.8 million on the hidden potential super attack. So insane stats from this guy. Really, really dominant, especially for these just lower or the shorter phased fights. This guy's going to be a monster in there. Next, we have the STR Broly, which we can go ahead and see is going to awaken from the physical Broly medals. He has attack effect against all types. He has 260% attack and defense. The movie bosses, we just go, it's whatever. Randomly changes a certain key sphere of a certain type other than STR to Rainbow Key Sphere. I said that he needed Rainbow Orb changing, and that's exactly what he got. Really nice to see, especially on the Orb Hungry team that is movie bosses now. When attacking with 12 or more ki, you get 40% damage reduction, 160% attack and defense. If you have 2 or more ki spheres obtained on top of that, you get 100% defense and an additional 20% damage reduction while disabling the enemy's guard. So 60% damage reduction just from attacking with 2 or more ki spheres. Because at that point, you're just going to have, I feel like more often than not, you're just going to have like all the links you need, like Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, to just be able to get 12 ki instantly, right? So just 2 ki spheres is just giving you all those stats. When attacking with 6 or more ki spheres, you get an additional 100% attack and you launch an additional super attack. If the enemy's HP is 80% or less when attacking, you do an additional 50% attack and defense, and you have a 50% chance to crit. You get even more stats from the enemy being a 50% HP or less when attacking. You get 50% attack and defense, and you launch an additional super attack guaranteed on top of that. Also, after delivering a final blow, you recover HP at the end of the turn, which is pretty nice. You raise your attack and defense by 50% on super attacks. So when this guy is doing multiple super attacks, he has multiple multiplicative stats inside of his passive. He's going to be looking very, very good. And if we go ahead and look at the actual stats of the other Broly. Here we go. We gotta go ahead and... Oh yeah, shout out to Halvard as always. He's really good with the translations and stuff. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this. Okay, we're good. So we have 211,000 D. Honestly, we could just go past all like the no support. With 6 ki spheres, you get the 211,000 defense pre-super. You can get the 1.1 million defense after super attack 1.5 and then 1.9. I believe with 6 ki spheres, that's getting the additional super attack, is it not? Yeah, 6 or more ki spheres, you get the additional super attack. So 1.5 million defense is guaranteed. 1.9 is if you get hidden potential. If the enemy's HP is 80% or less, you can get 1.7 million guaranteed post super, and 2.1 million guaranteed if you get hidden potential. If the enemy's HP is 50% or less, you can get 2.4 million defense guaranteed post super, and then 2.9 million defense if you get hidden potential. If you have 40% support, and isn't that exactly what this guy does too? (26% attack defense). Okay, close enough. You can get 2.7 million defense again, considering that the enemy is 50% HP or less, and get 3.2 million defense post super attack if you have the enemy below 50% HP and you get hidden potential. But 3.2 million defense, all things considered, this is not like an insane like situation to get, especially when you're gonna be floating this guy off more often than not. I think that he is very, very good, and again, just another unit that the movie bosses team just needs, especially when I've been a big advocate. You can go into like any of my videos on any EZAs from the movie bosses team. They need orb changers. They need orb changers. They need orb changers. And we finally got one. We finally got a movie bosses orb changer. We don't have to run that Vegeta anymore. the int Vegeta that also works on a movie bosses team, right? So it's I would say it's very, very good. His links, like I said, are gonna help him out a decent amount. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is getting 6 or more ki spheres of this guy might not be like all the time, right? And speaking of which, I'm surprised Halvard didn't do with just 2 ki spheres, because with just 2 ki spheres, we would have seen the 100% defense and the 20% damage reduction, and I feel like that's mostly free with the rainbow orb changing that you're going to be doing, right? Again, that's just me though. I think 2 phenomenal EZAs though, and not much I could have asked more for, you know, like just 2 really strong EZAs. I'm really excited to see how they look like in game. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we can get some equipment for these guys as well, considering that the tech Broly got them as like 2, but we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the new STR Broly EZAs, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.